Australia, or known by the locals as simply Straya. Just the name conjures up images of sun-drenched beaches, kangaroos hopping across the outback, the vibrant coral of the Great Barrier Reef, and world-class breakdancers. It's a land of adventure, a place where dreams are made of, and a bucket list destination for millions. We see the hype, the Instagram posts, the travel brochures. It's everywhere. But what about the places that don't quite live up to the hype? The spots that leave tourists scratching their heads and wondering, was that it? Yeah, we're going there. Today, we're diving deep into the underbelly of Australian tourism, exposing the 5 most disappointing destinations down under. We're talking about the places that promise paradise but deliver, well, something less. This isn't about bashing Australia, it's about keeping it real. It's about helping you, the viewer, make informed decisions about where to spend your hard-earned cash and precious vacation time. So grab your passport, buckle up, and prepare for a journey you won't find in any travel guide. We're peeling back the layers of Aussie tourism to reveal the truth behind the hype. Let's go! Kicking off our list at number 5 is Surfers' Paradise in Queensland. This place screams beach vacation. Think golden sands, turquoise waters, and towering skyscrapers. It's the quintessential Gold Coast experience. You picture yourself sipping cocktails by the pool, catching some waves, and soaking up the vibrant nightlife. Sounds amazing, right? Well, hold your horses. The reality is often a far cry from the brochure. Imagine this: packed beaches, overpriced everything, and the constant drone of construction. The crowds are insane, the parking is a nightmare, and the authentic Aussie vibe is buried under a mountain of commercialism. And the beach? Let's just say erosion has taken its toll. What was once a wide expanse of sand is now, well, less so. You might find yourself fighting for towel space amidst a sea of sunbathers. Don't get me wrong, Surfers' Paradise still has its moments. The nightlife is definitely buzzing with biker gangs and overpriced drugs. But if you're looking for a tranquil escape, this ain't it. Prepare for sensory overload and a hefty dent in your wallet. Many online reviews echo these sentiments. Tourists complain about the crowds, the cost, and the lack of authentic Australian culture. It's a case of overpromising and underdelivering. So, before you book your ticket to Surfers' Paradise, consider what you're really looking for in a beach vacation. If it's peace and quiet, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're into the party scene and don't mind paying $50 for pingas and entry fee, then maybe, just maybe, Surfers' Paradise is for you. But be warned, it's not the paradise it claims to be. At number 4, we have Canberra, Australia's capital city. This is where the political magic happens, the heart of the nation. You've got Parliament House, the National Museum, and a whole lot of, well, government buildings. Plus, this state has the most relaxed drug laws in all of Australia. Maybe because all the politicians live there? I can't say, because I don't want this channel to be taken down. But exciting? Not so much. Canberra often gets a bad rap for being, well, boring. It lacks the natural beauty of Sydney or the vibrant culture of Melbourne. And after business hours? Crickets. The city becomes eerily quiet, almost deserted, all except the strip clubs near the Parliament building. You might find yourself wandering the streets wondering where everyone went. If you're a history buff or a political junkie or just a plain junkie, then Canberra might be your cup of tea. But if you're looking for a bustling metropolis with a thriving nightlife, you'll be sorely disappointed. Online reviews paint an accurate picture. Visitors often describe Canberra as dull, lifeless, and lacking in atmosphere. It's a city that seems to prioritize function over fun. So before you pack your bags for Canberra, ask yourself, are you more interested in politics or parties? If it's the latter, you might want to reconsider. Canberra is a city that sleeps, and it might just put you to sleep too. Number 3, Bondi Beach, more bummer than bliss. Coming in at number 3 is Bondi Beach, arguably Australia's most famous stretch of sand. This is the place you see on postcards, the iconic beach that everyone wants to visit. Think surfers carving up waves, sunbathers soaking up rays, and the picturesque Bondi Icebergs pool, but the reality? Often a letdown. Bondi Beach is a victim of its own fame. The crowds are insane, the prices are exorbitant, and the sand? Well, it's not always as pristine as it looks in the photos. Yes, the locals may be super stunning, but if you are an average-looking human, then I'm sorry. You've got no chance with the beautiful people that inhabit this prestigious area of Sydney. Imagine this. You're fighting for a spot on the sand, surrounded by a sea of bodies. The waves are crowded with surfers, and the water is covered in a thick film of sunscreen and, well, let's just say, you may not feel super safe. Each morning, the beach has to be groomed of stray needles and comatose backpackers. The Bondi Beach walk? Beautiful, yes, but also packed with tourists. It's hard to appreciate the stunning coastal views when you're constantly dodging selfie sticks and dodging strollers. Online reviews are full of complaints about the crowds, the cost, and the cleanliness issues. Many visitors feel that Bondi Beach is overrated and doesn't live up to the hype. So, before you head to Bondi, be prepared for the crowds, the lowered self-confidence, and the potential for disappointment. It's an iconic beach that you should experience at least once in your life, but be prepared to be underwhelmed. Number 2, Federation Square, more frustration than festivities? At number 2, we have Federation Square in Melbourne. This is a modern architectural marvel, a hub of cultural activity and a popular gathering spot. It's meant to be a vibrant public space, a place where people come together to celebrate and connect. But for many visitors, Fed Square is a place of protests, riots, and homeless asking for ciggies. The architecture, while strikingly unique, is often described as ugly or out of place. It's a jarring contrast to Melbourne's otherwise elegant cityscape. And when there's no event happening, it can feel like a vast, empty space, with the odd homeless person pissing on your leg. The energy dissipates and the square becomes, well, a little boring. It's a place that thrives on activity, and without it, it feels lifeless. Online reviews echo these sentiments. Visitors often complain about the architecture, the lack of atmosphere, and the overall feeling of emptiness. It's a space that's meant to be vibrant, but often falls flat. So, unless you are a modern-day art vandalay, then you probably won't appreciate its features. Number 1, the Big Banana, an even bigger disappointment. Finally, at number 1, we have the Big Banana in Coffs Harbour. This is one of Australia's big things, those quirky roadside attractions that litter the landscape. It's a giant banana, people. What's not to love? Well, quite a bit, apparently. The Big Banana started as a simple roadside attraction, but it's since morphed into a backyard theme park, complete with tours, ice skating, and even toboggan rides. But despite its expansion, many visitors leave feeling underwhelmed. The park's attractions are often described as overpriced and outdated. The novelty of a giant banana wears off quickly, and there's not much else to keep you entertained. Online reviews are filled with complaints about the cost, the lack of exciting attractions, and the overall feeling of disappointment. It's a place that promises fun, but often delivers a big letdown. So before you make the pilgrimage to the Big Banana, ask yourself, are you really that into bananas? To be honest, we don't even know how it made the list of attractions in Australia. But that is what the data says. It has 3 times more negative reviews than any other destination or attraction in the whole of Australia. So, it wins our award for the most disappointing destination in Australia. So, there you have it, the 5 most disappointing destinations in Australia, according to online reviews. Remember, these are just based off opinions, and your experience might be different. What one person finds disappointing, another might love. Travel is subjective after all, but before you book your next trip down under, do your research. Read reviews, watch videos, and subscribe to 5 Obscure. Don't let the hype fool you. There's more to Australia than just the iconic landmarks and tourist traps. And hey, maybe you've been to one of these places and had a completely different experience. Let us know in the comments. We're always curious to hear different perspectives. And while you're down there, let us know what you think our next video should be about. The most liked suggestion in the comments will get made into a video. While these destinations have received mixed reviews, it's important to remember that everyone's travel experience is different. These rankings are based on aggregated online reviews, so it's always worth doing your own research before crossing them off your travel list. What one person finds disappointing, another may absolutely love, like big bananas. Make sure to subscribe and comment below with your suggestions for the next video. The most liked comment will become our next topic.